She retired at 39. No business, no windfall, just stealth wealth, and a refusal to live like everyone else. In a world where people show off new cars, designer clothes, and luxury vacations, there's a quiet group doing the opposite, and they're winning. Meet Sarah, a 39-year-old living in Austin, Texas. She doesn't own a fancy car. She doesn't go out every weekend. She brings her lunch to work, shops secondhand, and tracks every dollar. Last year, she stepped into early retirement, not through luck, but by embracing frugal living and downsizing to save money. She didn't start a billion-dollar business. She simply chose a different path, frugality. While others were spending to look rich, Sarah was building real wealth. Today, a growing number of people are waking up to this new mindset. Being frugal isn't about being cheap. It's about making smart money choices that give you freedom. In this video, we'll explore how modern-day frugal people are building serious wealth, not by working harder, but by spending smarter. Frugal is no longer boring. It's powerful. Number 1. The new shift. Frugality is in. A few years ago, most people believed that success meant big houses, luxury cars, and expensive clothes. If you had money, you showed it. If you didn't, you tried to look like you did. But things are changing fast. More and more people, especially young adults, are turning away from that lifestyle. Instead of showing off, they're saving money, living simply, and focusing on what really matters. They're tired of chasing things that don't bring happiness. This change isn't just a trend, it's a full shift in how people see money. Why now? Well, the past few years brought high prices, job uncertainty, and growing debt. Many realized they can't keep spending the way they used to. Instead, they started thinking smarter. Financial experts say this new way of living is powerful. It's not about giving up joy, it's about choosing what really matters. Frugality helps people get out of debt, save for their future, and enjoy life without pressure. More people now want quiet freedom instead of loud spending. They want control, not clutter. This Antiflex culture is redefining success and proving that living below your means may be the most powerful wealth strategy of our time. In today's world, being frugal is no longer something to hide. It's something to be proud of. And believe it or not, frugal people may be the new rich. Number 2. The psychology of frugality. It's not about deprivation. Many people think being frugal means being cheap or missing out on life, but that's not true. Frugality is not about saying no to everything. It's about saying yes to what matters most. Frugal people don't feel deprived. In fact, they often feel more free. Why? Because they're in control of their money, not controlled by it. They don't buy things just to impress others. They spend based on their values, not pressure. Studies show that people who can wait for rewards, like saving money instead of spending right away, are often happier and more successful. This skill is called delayed gratification, and it's linked to long-term thinking. Frugal people are usually great at this. They also focus on intentional spending. That means spending money only on things that truly add value to their life. For example, instead of daily takeout, they might save for a trip or invest in a business idea. One frugal person put it perfectly. I don't skip coffee because I'm broke. I skip it because I'd rather fly to Bali next year. Frugality is not about missing out. It's about making smarter choices today so you can live better tomorrow. Number 3. Frugal doesn't mean cheap. The selective splurge strategy. Frugal and cheap are not the same thing. Being cheap means spending as little as possible, even if it leads to poor quality or discomfort. But being frugal means being smart with money. It's about knowing when to save and when to spend. Frugal people use a method called selective splurging. This means they cut costs in areas that don't matter much to them, so they can spend more on the things that do. Take Sam, a 35-year-old graphic designer. He wears simple clothes and eats home-cooked meals. But he spent over $2,000 on a standing desk and chair. Why? Because he works from home and wants comfort and good health. This kind of spending makes sense. It improves life in meaningful ways without wasting money on status or trends. Frugality isn't about never spending, it's about spending with purpose. Number 4. New Age tools that make frugality effortless. Being frugal used to mean cutting coupons and writing everything down in a notebook. Today, it's much easier and even fun, thanks to smart tools and apps. There are now many free or low-cost apps that help people track spending, save automatically, and cut waste without stress. Apps that shows exactly where your money is going. They help you set goals, stop overspending, and stay on track with just a few taps. AI savings apps and frugal finance tools now make tracking, budgeting, and saving automatic, even fun. Some apps use smart technology to study your habits. They remind you when you're spending too much and suggest ways to save more. Another favorite? Subscription trackers. Many people forget they're still paying for unused apps or services. These tools cancel those for you, saving hundreds a year. Shopping smart has also gotten easier. Shopping apps help people buy secondhand items that are still high quality at half the price. This reduces waste and keeps your wallet happy. Some frugal savers are even using AI meal planners to lower grocery bills or browser extensions to find the best deals online. The best part? These tools work quietly in the background, helping you build good money habits with little effort. Just like the quiet millionaires who let smart systems do the work behind the scenes. Frugality today isn't about doing more work. It's about using smart tools to make life simpler and your bank account stronger. Number 5. The rise of Antiflex culture. Quiet wealth is the new status symbol. For years, showing off your wealth was normal. Fancy cars, big houses were signs of success. But now, things are changing. A new trend is growing. Antiflex culture. This means people are no longer trying to show off their money. In fact, the richest people often look the most simple. They drive older cars, wear basic clothes, and live in quiet neighborhoods. Why? Because they don't feel the need to prove anything. Also known as stealth wealth, this idea flips the script on flashy success. This idea is called quiet wealth. It's about living comfortably and safely, without the pressure to impress others. Instead of spending money to look rich, people are saving it to be truly free. Free from debt, stress, and fake status. On social media, more people are sharing simple lifestyles and smart money habits. They talk about real wealth, peace of mind, freedom, and time. Some young professionals now say, "If you see me flexing, I'm probably broke." That's because stealth wealth means your money works harder, because you're not wasting it trying to impress people who don't matter. In today's world, the new status symbol isn't what you wear or drive. It's what you don't have to worry about. And the people who stay quiet about their money, they're often the ones who have the most of it. Number 6. Frugal wealth building. Beyond saving, where they invest. Being frugal isn't just about saving money, it's about using that money wisely. Smart savers don't keep all their money in a bank. They put it to work by investing. Their approach avoids lifestyle inflation traps and focuses on simple wealth building for beginners. Frugal people invest in ways that are simple, safe, and long-term. One popular option is index funds. These are groups of stocks that grow slowly over time, like those from Vanguard or BlackRock. They have low fees and are great for people who don't want to stress about the stock market every day. Another smart choice? Dividend ETFs. These investments pay you money regularly, like a mini paycheck, just for owning them. Some frugal investors also use micro-investing apps. These apps let you start investing with just a few dollars. They round up your purchases and invest the spare change. Real estate is another tool, but instead of buying big houses, many invest through apps like Fundrise, which lets you own a piece of real estate for a small amount of money. Let's look at Maria, a single mom who works remotely. She lives in a cheaper town while earning a good salary. She saves 40% of her income and invests it every month. Today, she's close to having $1 million saved, and she didn't need to win the lottery. Frugal people don't just cut spending. They use those savings to build real, lasting wealth, slowly, smartly, and with a plan. Number 7. How they outsmart lifestyle inflation. Lifestyle inflation happens when you start earning more and then spend more to match it. A raise comes in, and suddenly you're buying a newer car, dining out more, or moving to a pricier place. Before you know it, your bank balance stays the same, even with a bigger paycheck. Frugal folks stop lifestyle inflation before it starts by creating hard rules that protect their financial freedom story. One common rule? Save at least half of every raise. So if they earn an extra $500 a month, they only allow themselves to spend $250 more, and the rest goes to savings or investments. They also stick to a spending cap. Even if they can afford more, they keep their lifestyle simple on purpose. Instead of upgrading for show, they focus on what really matters: freedom, security, and future goals. That's how frugal people grow rich quietly, by keeping their life steady even when their income rises. Some of the wealthiest people in history lived surprisingly simple lives. Warren Buffett, one of the world's richest men, still lives in the same house he bought in 1958. Ingvar Kamprad, the founder of IKEA, drove an old Volvo and flew economy. Even John D. Rockefeller, once the richest man alive, tracked every penny he spent in a notebook. These people didn't waste money trying to look rich. They built wealth by being careful, thoughtful, and consistent with their spending. If you're ready to master frugal living, beat lifestyle inflation, and build stealth wealth, this channel's for you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel to see more content like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.